Yo, what's up, everybody? It is great to be back with you guys today. And wow, my green screen really sucks today. Let me close this. See if this helps. A little bit. Anyway, what's up, guys? Great to be back with you after almost a full week away. I definitely missed you guys. Thank you guys for sticking with me and tuning in. Welcome me back. I see so much love out there in the chat already. Jump in there. Let me say hi to everybody. We'll get this show underway in about 5 minutes or so. Spicy Chemist, Silbor, Q-Boys, True Patriot, Ruby 317. Good to see you guys out there on D Live in the mosh pit. Shout out to Jules Rice and Joe Elaine, our mod, keeping things comfy there over on Rumble. Hit that thumbs up button on Rumble if you haven't already done so. Of course, the comfy bunker, pilled.net. How are we doing? Yeah, strange haircut indeed. Um, this is why I stopped using the green screen for so long because it looks freaking terrible. In fact, it's so bad. I think I might turn it off today. Hold on. Let me see if I can't get it looking a little better. Um, no, that doesn't really help. That doesn't really help. All right, there we go. There I am. Yeah, we're gonna roll just a regular boring old green screen today because it looks horrible with the lighting in this room. Anyway, let's say hi to everybody hanging out on pill.net. Floyd, due diligence in there first with a Wagyu Wednesday cookie. Thank you, Floyd, for the cookie. Delia, great to see you. Light Spirit, Lance in the house. Curious One, Jenny, Lyle. Hope you guys are both having a wonderful Wednesday. D. Richard, great to see you. And Joe Elaine, of course, modding the pill chat as well. We love you, Joe. Thank you. Esther G13, it's great to see us. Welcome back, Adel. You are loved and been missed. Thank you, Esther. I missed you guys so much. Thank you so much for the shades. It is really great to be back here with you all. Definitely missed, every day at like 4 o'clock. Got this weird feeling of guilt the entire vacation. Every time I miss a show, it's like this awful guilty feeling. HL Paco, how you doing? Kang Chris, welcome. Welcome. Our Harold, Facts Not Fear, good to see you guys. And let's see who else. Space Cookie, what's up, Space Cookie? Great to see Barb Robbins out there, down home in the house. Tweety 52, great to see you. Range Pony, what's up, Range Pony? And hey, what's up, Don Ritchie 17? We got Paul Thaddeus out there, Sig your Dragon Slayer, Rye Guy for life. Yes, my vacation was awesome. I had an amazing time. Pip's mom, good to see you out there in Wales, in the UK. To Mikey Baseball and Duppy, what's up, guys? Dangleberry, good to see you as well. We got Glenna Riggleman out there. And good afternoon, Mr. Gerardo. Maxinon, how we doing? Good to see you, Max. We're being rated. We're being rated, I could see. Awesome. Deborah R., welcome, welcome, welcome. Miss Fortune says hello and welcome back. Thank you for the cookie, Miss Fortune. Dave 75, it's great to see you. Yes, I do. I do have a hat. I gotta grab those. I forgot. I totally forgot about that. While I'm playing the intro, I'll run downstairs and grab a couple of them. But yeah, my order just came in. Ellie Freedom, Lucy Anders, Eagle Freedom out there as well. Running Patriot. Hey, Roy Stones and Bones over on the West Coast. Let's go, Roy. We got Deborah R. and Trump Red Pill 1. M the Painter says, in under the wire. Welcome back. Thank you, M the Painter. I appreciate the cookie. Let's see. Yeah, when I turned my head, it looks like I was missing half my head. Yeah, that's why I just turned off this stupid green screen for right now. It was not working right. Laura Y, repping the 412. Let's go. Driving home from the job, lurking. Drive safely, Laura. Floyd says, thank goodness the green screen is cutting your head off. Yeah, I know. I can't stand it when it does that. Willow Lady 6, Florida Mimi says hi from Clearwater. Love it. Good to see you, Florida Mimi. Shovelhead says, sup, Adel. Missed you guys. We missed you, Shovelhead. Thank you for the can. Cheers. Filter Dog 1. Great to see you. Dig One Deeper. Dread Quarters. Welcome you guys. And then everybody popping over from Drunk Pinata. There's just so many of you that all come in at once now with the what do you call it, with the raids that we're not gonna have time. So I'm gonna go ahead, start the intro, and we'll be back in just a few moments. So see you guys soon.
We will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Y'all for tuning in, Patriots United, doing what we gotta do to win. Be evicted, the MS7, now we're moving in. And once we take over, we won't ever move again. Where we go on, we go all, I say it with pride. No, we won't run, we won't fall, we're right by your side. The demons have taken hold, but none of us will abide. Stand strong, stand bold, that's how we'll survive. 412 is the production, Monday through Friday, deplorable discussions. We're making it hard for the deep state to function. Every time they switch up the narrative, we debunk it. Adult Hero is the power that's controlling the plight. With all the patriots behind them, cause we're all in this fight. So many rhyme for so long, but we're giving them sight. Trapped in the world of darkness, but we're bringing them light. You may even find yourself in a different life. A lot of us have, and honestly, that's perfectly fine. Because exactly where you are at this moment in life is where you're supposed to be at this moment in time. It's all by design, the patriots are holding the line. They must have lost theirs, thinking they're controlling our minds. So many trapped in mental prisons don't know they're confined. They're just slaves in the system till the roles are assigned. That's sad, the good news is that we're waking them up. They have monopolies on minds, but we're breaking them up. Everything you thought was news, they were making it up. When we ascend, all the tyrants won't be making the cut. Let them all burn in the hellscape we create. We the people already mapped out our escape. We hold each other by the hand as we all elevate and go to a different place. They can never get chased. When I look into the future, I can see that it's bright. When this history is written, they will see that we're right. We formed our own community and the circle is tight, but I expand the circle with every word that I write. The pen is sharper than the sword when you wield it right. Why do you think they try to kick us off all the sites? These people hate America, punish us out of spite. We are the beacons of hope in the darkness of night. So let's go, strap in, yeah, get ready for the ride. Watch the water, we're witnessing the turning of the tide. Feel the passion and the fire that you got burning inside. Take the narrative they're feeding you and turn it to the side. We're alerted to the lies, replacing with the truth. We know the plan they devised, they're invading the youth. Now we're only sending vibes, just start lacing our boots. These demons all weaponized. Now we're raising our troops, now we're raising the roof and sounding the alarm. Remember that it's always darkest before the dawn. Life is a game of chess, they want to use you as a pawn. You're only useful until you're not useful, then you're gone. But not us, we're on the right team where we belong. Everybody is invited, so come follow along. We refuse to say things are right, knowing they're wrong. Adult Nero, take the mic and take flight, cause it's on.
And now, straight from the Steel City, it's your host, 412 Adult Nero.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Sorry about the hot mic there. I could have swore we had muted everything, but apparently not. But that's all right. You could hear our exhilarating pre-show conversation. But it's great to be back with you guys after a week away. I had an awesome vacation, had a ton of fun. Um, definitely one for the books there. But it is really good to be back with you all, and I appreciate you guys all tuning in on this Wednesday, August 21st, 2024 show. Someone's saying muted. What's muted now? No way. Um, Everything looks like it's working. So Wisconsin on, it might be on your end. But anyway, it's great to be back with you all. It's great to be back with my OG crew too. We got Deanne Homesteader and Drunk Pinata both riding shotgun.
You might need to check it again. Are they still?
Are we good? I got a 5x5 out there. First day back.
Listen,
It's,
just listen.
There, but it is really good to be back
yeah,
with
we're good.
Okay.
We're working. All right. TN, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
I just got used to no show.
I know, right?
Kind of like, what is this?
Are we interrupting your 4 o'clock nap now? Is that what's
yeah, Zoom? What Zoom?
happening?
Howdy. Glad you had a good time. Glad you're home safe.
Yeah, it was a really we had so much fun that we were supposed to come back Monday. We all woke up Monday. We had like a half hour to check out of the hotel and none of us were ready to leave yet and end the vacation. So we went down and we were like, if they'll let us extend the hotel one more night, we're all staying.
Yeah,
And
it sounds like waking up in a bathtub like in Hangover to me.
we're not too far off. I definitely partied.
Yeah, we call the front desk and ask to stay over. That's after they beat down the door, kicking their ass out.
No, I mean, I definitely last what 5 nights, 6 nights, partied like I was 25 years old again. So it was a fun 5 days. We didn't want it to end. Um, so we extended it one more day. And I honestly, if it was up to me, I really wanted to stay through tonight because one of my favorite bands in the whole world, the Bumpin' Uglies, were playing Secrets, and anyone that's been to Ocean City, Maryland knows what Secrets is. But it's this awesome bar like set in the bay, and they're from around there. Bumpin' Uglies are from Maryland, and they were playing like this big party basically on at Secrets. They're playing it tonight, and I really really wanted to stay for that, but I drove everyone down in my truck, and a couple of my other buddies had other things that they just couldn't miss. So here I am, but it is good to be back.
I thought you were going to Chicago to watch the Bumping Uglies.
That's a whole different
That's a whole different band.
yeah, that's a whole different performance there.
Yes. Yeah, as a matter of fact, they use nails and chalkboard there.
Yeah. Yeah, not the sweet reggae rock that I like.
No.
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 Anyway, well, what else is up, TN? How was your week?
It was good. It was just busy, just doing things around the premises. Um, that's it. Story of my life.
Awesome. Well, hopefully without the show you're able to get a few more things done. No?
Yeah, a few things, but nothing major.
Right on.
Took the opportunity to say, "Hey, I got time off," and it wasn't even for good behavior. What the heck?
Yeah. Love it. All right, let's say hi to Pinata as well. What's up, Pinata? How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Just as people heard, getting back to a new schedule, so I just trying to force myself to get up as I have to for just first do what I need to do, but also just to get on a better schedule. I've been too much of a night owl this summer, so I want to try to get back to some more time in the mornings, less time and really
I'll
get
be
into a
happy
better.
to call you first thing when I get up.
Yeah, there you go. You got your wake up call with TN.
You'll get all kinds of morning time.
Pinata, what have I missed over the past 6-7 days in the mainstream media? What's been the main talking points?
You are not going to believe this. Trump is a bad man.
No, they turned on Trump.
Oh, it depends on who you ask. Some of these people think that the media is defending Trump, but really they were saying, "Hey, communist Kamala, how about you don't introduce as your first thing people see about your policies after you've been hiding it this entire time during the honeymoon phase? Don't make it an actual communist policy of price fixing." And so I think we're starting to see. There was a Rasmussen poll that was released that kind of showed that maybe there's a adjustment happening, and it looks like it coincides with her policies. I mean, when you tell people you're going to start taxing unrealized gains, that's people's opinions can change pretty damn quick.
You want to see the market crash of the hedge fund managers go to a 180? Yeah. Think of, I mean, everybody, and particularly those of you whose 401ks, but everybody has unrealized gains.
Yes.
Everybody. If
I
you
mean, is the fact that I'm going to potentially get a paycheck every 2 weeks, so that the future paychecks, is that the unrealized gains? Like, where is the line?
exactly.
And I don't think they even know either.
Well, in your lifetime, you're stand to make, let's see, $55,000 pay now. Doesn't matter if you live until tomorrow, pay now.
That's insane. The whole taxing unrealized gains would be the absolute death
It's
of the economy. It would be over.
it'd be the death nail to everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
The fact that they're even suggesting such a thing, Pinata, like who do they think wants that?
The idiots that basically go for the slogan and don't have a freaking clue what it means, just like price fixing.
Yeah, they think it's going to be millionaires and billionaires that only
Yeah,
get
exactly.
affected. They have no clue what that really
No
means.
clue. No clue because they don't have any clue who actually pays the taxes nowadays. Even today. Even with their lousy progressive tax mechanism, it's still the middle class, middle to upper middle class that's paying for it. All. Well, actually, the larger amount in revenue wise comes from the rich.
Yeah, there's so people are just so freaking clueless. I tell you what, absolutely clueless.
Yeah, and it's just they go for, but they've been conditioned. I don't want to give them excuses, but they've been conditioned. It's like you go into I don't know if you've ever been to a TV program, recording of a TV program. And yeah, they have the laugh track, but in some cases they don't. It's actually a comedy, and what they do is they rev you up before the show.
Mm-hmm.
So you're already in a kind of jovial mood, and then when they slap up the applaud now sign, so to speak, right? The applaud sign, everybody applauds and whistles and claps, and all. That's what you got them conditioned to do. The bell goes off, clap. I don't care what you're saying, clap. We're just 5 days from fundamentally transforming America. Clap.
Well, that's why their entire thing is based on emotion and the
Yeah.
vibe. How was the vibe at the DNC? Is it joyful?
Yeah.
Because that's what they keep repeating that over and over. It's joy, it's feelings, it's feelings. Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't confirmed this because I haven't looked it up myself, but there's been quite a few posts nowadays with all the fake stuff, but I have to confirm it. That moving forward with joy or that kind of phrasing is a Nazi Germany slogan.
Yeah, I think I saw that. Yes.
I haven't confirmed it, so don't,
I remember seeing that there was along with her Marxist thing about be unburdened about, the
Yeah,
unburdened
yes,
thing.
exactly.
You have that, then you have which I think USA Landry had a good comparison in chat that it sounds like you'll own nothing and be happy. It's like it's the equity thing. It is full on, and this is why they think, oh, with the unrealized gains, well, they're going to get those millions and millionaires and billionaires, and we'll all be equal. That's what it's the whole this whole feeling that they have but which is weird because they want everyone to be equal, but yet to even work inside of their system, you have to inherently be racist because if you think if like the way DEI is, it's inherently racist because it's a presupposition that there's something that is perceived to be better about one group of people versus another inherently, and that's a supremacist way of thinking.
Yep.
Great point.
They've hidden it, but it's still there within the Democrat Party. The KKK and that mindset, it's still there.
Yeah.
The interesting part is that they've learned how to manipulate it.
Yeah.
So they're now not they kind of did the flipperoo on it, so to speak, right? Because
just more surreptitious, but it's there.
Right, exactly. They now used it as a slogan. A different way of saying it. If you look at it from the KKK, was the thought of white supremacy, right? And now here they basically are pushing the opposite.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, but it's the flipperoo, right? They're pushing the opposite.
Filter Dog says it's the strength through joy.
Yeah.
Strength through joy. Interesting. That's yeah. Well, I guess
I mean,
yeah.
that's 1984-ish too, right? I mean,
Yep.
it's a chocolate ration. Oh, look,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're masters at it. They're masters at it, and it's frustrating for the people that have some aspects of wearing the glasses they live. I'm using another movie analogy here, but they live glasses. We put
Yeah.
those guys on, right? And we actually see what's going on, and ours are permanently affixed to our cornea.
Yeah. It's so true. Both are great analogies. Well, let me take care of sponsors, and I want to just jump right into like the DNC because I haven't seen any of it. I'm really curious to see what you guys think. The Gateway Pundit did a good job kind of summarizing a lot of it in an article, so maybe we'll kind of go through their bullet points, and then I'll allow you guys just kind of comment on what they saw, or we can go about this a number of different ways. But first, let's go ahead and take care of Earth Garden Botanicals here. They are an amazing company that has been sponsoring this broadcast for years now, our longest standing sponsor, and we love Jolene and all she has to offer here from her store up in Montana. Amazing wellness products like the CBD oil and hemp products. All the ingredients for these are locally and organically grown. CBD oil tinctures with flavors like orange ginger bergamot, huckleberry, cinnamon bliss, cherry, peppermint. You got your CBD oil for pets, Delta 8 nighttime gummies for a good night's sleep. Check out the topical cream. It's an arnica salve, really good for sore joints and muscles. You can get that with or without the CBD infused. She offers elderberry tonic, which is really good for your immune system. Fire cider, which is really great for clearing your sinuses. You get white pine needle extract or the sunshine and pine needle tea to help detox, and a bunch of other great products too, like the critter juice, the all natural insect repellent to help keep mosquitoes and insects off you. We're through the back half of the summer here. Promo code 412 gets you 10% off your order. So go load up a cart at earthgardenbotanicals.com. Drop Jolene a line, say hi for us, and huge thank you again to Jolene for sponsoring the channel. Again, that's earthgardenbotanicals.com. Promo code 412 at checkout for your 10% off. Also, I wanted to show you guys some of the cool stuff that I just got from Rise Attire. Got the 412 Productions trucker hat in. These are awesome, totally badass. I'm not wearing it right now, simply because I'm going to dinner with some friends later, right after the show, pretty much. And I already showered and put like my hair putty in, so I don't want to get the hat head going. But a lot of cool designs. So yeah, that's the 412 Productions one right there. I love this one. This is Rise Attire with Pepe looking fly. Let's see what other ones did I get. I got the Ultra MAGA Donald Trump hat as well. I don't know where or when I'm going to wear this one, but I can't wait to trigger some people with it. Had to go with a classic Rise Attire one. I love the pyramid without the eye on it. I think that's such a great idea for a logo. This is Slave No More, which I really love the symbolism on their logo. Obviously we had to get one of these, right? Foxholepill.net hat. Can't wait to rep this as well. This is a really cool looking hat. One of my favorites that came in. And of course, got to get the fight hat, right? This one will definitely be a conversation starter as well. So lots of awesome hats that just came in from Rise Attire. You can get those at riseattireusa.com. Is our promo code is it's WTP Rise for 10% off. I don't know why I drew a blank there. But anyway, there you go. Wait, the Hello Kitty is hair putty. No, that's funny shit. Um, Anyway, so huge thank you to Rise Attire for getting the hats going. I love them. I can't wait to wear my 412 Productions one on the golf course next time I go out and play. I'm gonna rock the polo, the hat, all of it. Also, just want to say a couple more thank yous out there just before these pile up. Shovelhead says, "Sup, Adel, missed you guys. Miss you, Shovelhead. Average Joe Patriot hooked us up with a can. Thank you, Joe. Ohio Kimmy and Boys Blanc, thank you for the cookies. Filter Dog 1 with a can that says green sheet matters. Yes, it does. And it says everyone was missing TN Homestead. I bet they were. Thank you, Filter Dog, for the cans. Jay Bell in the house dropping a can. Cheers, Jay. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Boys Blogs is honestly secrets is a gay strip club. Adel stole the show. LOL. That's hilarious. It's actually spelled C like the ocean, SEA, because it's right in the bay. Like literally, they have tables and chairs that sit in the water. It's like goes up to your knees. It's a really cool place to hang out. Sean Joe with a couple cookies. Thank you, Sean. Greenbeard with a can of whoop ass. Thank you, Greg. Filter Dog wants his strength through joy Nazi group. Thank you, Filter Dog, for the can. Cheers. And Yavapai Michael says Democrats are digging a hole back to where they came from. It's a deep hole. It's a really deep hole. So there you go. All right. Again, big thank you guys to everyone supporting. The Pirates, Jay Bell says Wooderson. That's a throwback right there. That's like what, mid 90s, early 90s. Wow. Please hit that red pill button if you haven't already done so. Repost the show, share the link. Really important to repost and share today, just because we've been gone for a while. Might be some people that have kind of fallen out of the habit of tuning in at 4 o'clock. Just a little gentle notification, a reminder, just seeing it on their feed, like, oh, we're back in action here. So make sure you guys do that. Hit that red pill and repost the show. Share the link wherever you are watching. All right.
Wow, you're doing good today. 3 blue
3 blues already?
already.
Dang. All right. Yeah, people are salty. I missed some shows. People aren't too happy with me, I guess. I don't know.
Well, soon to increase the minute we go into the DNC.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
We've done worse. We've gotten more blue pills in the past than just 3. So we'll see. Maybe we'll have a record-setting day.
Well, there's a lot of people being butthurt out there when you watch the comments all over the place. You know, Trump posts something and it's like a gaggle of shitville, right?
Yeah.
So there's definitely a memo that has gone out.
Oh,
I mean, you always see them, but I mean, they're like old Twitter days on True Social and on with Scavino, but mostly on True Social. It's like the old Twitter days. You know, when he would post something and immediately the maggots would come out.
yeah. Yeah, it's
So they're
I think
feeling
more and more for that.
feeling
But they're going to invest in the bot farms heavily.
right. But here's the interesting, and not to distract from the DNC, which it kind of goes along with it because of the popularity aspect stuff, right? The push. But the to me, I look at it saying, yeah, you can focus on what they're doing, but I look at it, focus on as to why they're doing it. They're in such desperation because it's one or two things. It's either they are indeed reflecting and not projecting. Let's assume that for the premise that then they want to grind us to dust. Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Versus they're in desperate mode and they have to release all assets. That has a much, I mean, obviously somewhere in between from one extreme to the other, but I lean more towards the latter than it is the former, because if they wanted to grind us into the dust, they would have done it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, when you look at this stuff, it's just ridiculous. And
what have you seen from the DNC that makes you feel like they're super desperate? Like, is there anything specific? I know what you're talking about, like the bot farms and whatnot, but just in general.
Just in general, the way, I mean, it's the DNC is just one part of it. It's just the shiny object that they had to portray. Obama coming out there, the Clinton coming out there. You would expect them to come out and do that, right? And speak to that. But it's just the whole, granted, it's pomp and circumstance, and that's what both of them are, the RNC and the DNC. But in this particular case, I'm looking at this, they're desperately trying to hold on to what they have through lies, through absolute lies. Demonstrable lies.
You mean some of the ones that are just like this?
For what he does in the White House. Now think about what that means. Think about what that means, knowing the individual we're talking about. Donald Trump has openly vowed to be a dictator on day one.
Oh, conflict.
I mean, that's like
Openly indicated his intention to weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies. Think about what we know about him and what he's told us. He even called for, quote, the termination of the Constitution of the United States.
So you want to talk about demonstrable lies? She even emphasized and even said and repeated, quote,
Right.
he wants to terminate the Constitution. Nope, not even.
Not even and then Biden comes out and says and repeats the whole fine people hoax that's been proven. I mean, even the media is telling that's no longer true. When Snopes corrects it, but they don't care because the whole thing is about emotion. The whole thing is about keeping the people in this agitated state, and we've talked about it in the past. And when you look at it, that's what they're doing. They're manifesting the negative energy agitation and trying to get people pissed off and all that. That's desperation. That's not control. That's not owning anybody. That's desperation.
It is, and it's one of the tactics that they use. Emotion is one of their biggest things. If you combine that with narrowing the spectrum, which is what we've talked about, which is like this, if you want to, if you don't know that your favorite restaurant exists until it becomes available to you as an option, then it's essentially invisible to you, right?
Correct.
And so they do that when they kind of narrow the bandwidth in the spectrum, so to speak. But this is another one they use. There's some play to emotion.
Understand why these appeals to emotion are so effective, we must look to the psychological theories that explain how our brains process information. Dual process theory provides a framework for understanding how we process information through two distinct systems. System 1 operates automatically and quickly, with little or no effort and no sense of voluntary control. It often involves intuitive, gut reaction thinking that relies heavily on heuristics in emotional responses. This system is easily influenced by an appeal to emotion because it does not require deliberate analysis or deep thought.
Now, I've also said that the Democrats don't have, they purposely keep them in a fear state, and a state of constant stress to keep them from that system. Because they want them to never ask the next question, which is usually why or how will something be done or something will occur. They don't want them to ask that next question because that gets into that system two thinking that you saw on the screen, which is more logical, complex decisions and rational thought. They want people to stay, and this is the thing about the quick part too, about it's reacting to emotion. This is what they've created with their demonization of MAGA, America First, Project 2025, Trump. The whole thing is that it gives them an ability to completely unload their thinking into saying, I'm safe as long as I can blame this and I don't have to think for myself for that. It's like they've put them in this condition, and it's a giant mass formation psyop.
It triggers it's like a defense mechanism.
Yeah, exactly. Existential threat. They've purposely put that in there, and so now, I was thinking about this,
and they balance that with the feel good. That's the joy aspect with the DNC, the feel good aspect of it. You're safe with me, you're comfortable with me, and I'll make you feel good, because oftentimes not only do they keep them in that state of agitation and that emotional state, they also manipulate the language in such a way that allows you to think what you want to think of what they said. So the three of us can have a different interpretation of the exact same words that were used because how it fits in our paradigm and in our emotional state.
Yeah.
And that's when you ask me about the DNC, that's the whole thing. It's not over, which today was pretty interesting for multiple reasons. But tomorrow is going to be quite interesting because it's really all within those walls. Outside of those walls, the world is falling apart.
Yeah, you're right.
Not just the country, the world.
Yeah, nothing is getting less tense. Like, I have an article about Ukraine and Russia. That's getting worse. Israel and Hamas isn't getting any better. Iran continues to, build, get closer and closer to having nuclear weapons.
No, you
It's
got the whole Middle East between Iran, Yemen, what's going on in Gaza, the threat, in Syria is still out there. It hasn't necessarily gone away because Turkey and is still involved in there, that kind of stuff. So it's just gone out of the limelight, so to speak, right? It isn't total focus, but yeah, I mean, all over.
Yeah. Well, if you ask the mainstream media how the DNC is going, they say electric.
Yes.
There's a little clip. They're so obvious in the way they do this, like these centralized talking points. Here we are. Someone sent down the electric memo at 4 a.m. the other night.
And it was though someone had plugged in a cable, a current was connected, and there was pure electricity in the room.
Thank you for sharing with us some of the electricity.
The energy is incredibly electric.
It was just electric.
As sort of electric as I've ever seen it. It was absolutely electric.
Talk to me about the atmosphere in here. Is it electric?
Excitement, it is electric.
Senator Schumer wasn't lying when he was saying that there's a lot of electricity and excitement right now.
So it's incredibly electric.
It's electric. Something just got uncorked.
Room in Chicago, quite electric tonight.
Last night was electric.
It'll be electric.
Electrifying.
The electrification.
There's electricity in this room, there's energy in this room, and there is enthusiasm in this room.
A lot of electricity and energy in this hall across this country like you've never seen before.
Not even with Barack Obama in 2008?
I think this rivals Barack Obama in 2008.
Okay.
Please. Please. Yeah, electric. You know that they got there was a memo. This is the kind of stuff that just it's equivalent to the what was the media chain that all the locals were doing the exact same words. That video that's out there, right? Sinclair Radio or Sinclair Broadcasting, and all those stations were doing the exact same words. Here it is. That was the buzzword that was sent out.
Oh, come on. There's no proof for that. I don't have any proof I can show you right now that that's true.
Sparkling. Positive?
I'm all about the motivating vibe. Let's get it done.
Are you feeling electric?
I do feel electric.
Don't shock me.
Don't
woo! That's a little electric there. Woo!
What's your pussy?
Yeah, exactly.
It's so cringy.
It's cringy.
Oh,
it's you know what? I believe
we saw the same thing with the weird.
You know what? I think what we're reading is we are reading that. We're reading them feeling like, like when you have to, or you can tell that someone is still very uncomfortable, but they're just, it's like,
yeah,
they're putting on a smiling face, but you know that they're terrified or they're in pain or something like that, right? It's like they're just smiling through it.
A nervous laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting because when you were playing that, Pinata, I was looking at it and Wooderson 79 beat me to it. He put out their NPCs at the DNC. They all look like NPCs. I mean, they're all fake. They're going through roles, motions, not emotions, motion.
Mm-hmm.
Which is exactly what an NPC does.
Yeah.
And it was so disingenuous. All of it was disingenuous. The stuff that the speakers were saying, Obama coming out and Obama saying that Trump is obsessed with crowd size. I mean, come on.
Speaking of, that's a good transition. Speaking of crowd size, what's going on here? Because I'm seeing like a lot of posts. The Gateway Pundit did this article about how small the crowd size was. There was a lot of tweets from influencers that talked about the crowd size. But then, if you look at this video here, now granted this is Midas Touch, so I don't know if this is like fake or whatever, but it says DNC 2024 up there. It looks pretty cool to me. So I don't know if if they're doing what they did, like what they tried to do to Trump, and like they took pictures early or late, after people cleared out or hadn't been filed in yet.
A USA sign at a DNC.
I mean,
Yeah, they are. They are. I've seen it.
yeah, but I mean, it looks so. You look at
But what they did
this
here, what
compared to this. I feel like we're kind of not but what I'm saying, like, there's a lot of conservative influencers and even the Gateway pundit here writing misleading or posting misleading pictures, or I don't, maybe it's not misleading. Maybe this is the Midas touch one is somehow AI generated. I don't know anymore.
well, or it's the one that's like the main speaker and everyone's at their seats and not out and walking around because it's a convention
Well,
too.
that's Harris speaking
Yeah.
on stage
Yeah.
too.
So I would imagine it'd be like anything. You're going to have people coming and going, and you're going to have higher attendance for some speakers than others.
But
And so
understand that this
I'm
is not
assuming that's what you're saying, and also that's the entire United Center.
well, that's also this. You have to keep in mind, this is the convention for the Democrats, the same way as it was for the Republicans. So people that are there are delegates. So if you look at how many delegates were selected, how many delegates the convention, the Democratic Party has altogether, and then you add to that from the people that come with and the invited and all that. Yeah, it's not difficult to see a large crowd. It's not, and I wouldn't expect it to be a small crowd because it's not like a rally. It's not a rally. It's a definitive political event.
So yeah, so we're kind of guilt, not we again, not because we're not doing this, but there are some out there that are guilty of the gaslighting with
Yeah.
the showing pictures of a lot of empty seats, taking them at select times where you can make them look worse than they are. So I was just curious.
It's sad that both are doing it, but it's a fact. Unfortunately, I'm not saying that she gets those type of, because they've been publicizing that since the beginning. She announced from an aspect of how large her crowds are and all that. There's other stuff about people being paid to show up. So it's kind of interesting because the way I look at this, again, this is not a rally. It may look and have the feel of a rally, but it's not a rally. It's an actual political party event that has to happen. So yeah, it's going to draw a lot of people, a lot of Democrats, a lot of devotees.
Yeah, and I wasn't even worried about the crowd size.
No. I know what you're saying about
I was more calling out the conservative influencers and news sources that are raising
I'm agreeing with you in the sense of the disingenuous aspect of it doesn't help, because if you again go to system two, as Pinata was showing, you start thinking logically and you start saying, hey, you expect large numbers at the convention.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so anyway, just wanted to throw that out there because I thought it was strange and I wasn't exactly sure because I haven't been watching it, like I said, I've been away, and certainly wasn't my focus, last night when I got in or this morning. So I hadn't really had a chance to look into what it was really like on my own time. But I do want to get into more stuff here. So I saw this and I thought this might be a good way to kind of recap what's been going on so far and have TN and Pinata, add any color if they've seen more than I have with what's going on at the DNC. So the Gateway Pundit wrote this release that's like the DNC's most outrageous moments from day one. So first up, it says crooked Joe Biden was forced to wait until almost midnight to deliver his final address, which was filled with his usual lies, delusions, and malfunctions before Democrats shipped him off into the sunset once and for all. So I guess that he was supposed to be like a primetime speaker, and they pushed him to the very end of the night. Did any of you guys catch his speech?
Only clips of it. I couldn't stomach listening to any of those people for a very long time. But yeah, his was basically, Biden in the anger mode.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
I was angry, so they gave him the right cocktail.
It's either that or they basically, yeah. I mean, But the thing is that it's hard to tell what he's angry about. The fact that he got ousted, the fact that he was losing, the fact that he's a failure, or the fact that he thinks he's good and doesn't understand what's going on.
I don't know.
That's the thing. You're right. It's hard to tell what he's angry about.
It's impossible to jump into his head and see, although I'm pretty sure if you did
There's a lot of room.
yeah, you'd find vast openness.
a lot of dead cells, but a lot of room.
No kidding.
And you have to, I mean, not to belabor it, it's sticking on the first bullet, but I wonder what's in this man's head. And I don't mean that facetiously. I mean that in a serious question as to what does he sees, thinks, perceives of what's going on around him. I mean, we could speculate, obviously. It's just a rhetorical because it's like, aren't you curious? To me, it's curious. His world, his pinnacle of achievement that he wanted, whether he knew he was given to him, a la selected, or that he wanted, a la elected, either way you look at it, he was at the pinnacle of achievement from what he wanted, and he's going out with he's being flushed by his own party.
Yeah, right down the toilet.
Right.
Yeah, it's
so you have to wonder if he's cognizant of what's going on around him. Yeah, I can see him being pissed off to no end.
I would be. Yes, I mean, pissed off, depressed, embarrassed, humiliated. I mean, I think Trump said it best, right? He had the presidency taken away from him like a toy from a small child.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty incredible. All right, let's go to the next point here. It says Biden confirmed Kamala is fully tethered to his disastrous record. So let's get this.
He said that.
All right, here we go.
Say we, I mean Kamala. When I say we, I mean Kamala and me. When I say
he said it earlier that when he was asked about her distancing herself from the policies, and he said, "Oh no, she's not going to do that."
Interesting.
Yeah, I got something for that. Hang on.
Okay.
It was a really good take over on oh, come on. All right, go to the next one. I'll find it real quick.
Okay. Let's see. Biden lied about the Harris-Biden crime crisis, illegal immigrant invasion, and school lockdowns. Biden declared he and Kamala are committed to strengthening illegal immigration. Well, we knew that. Kamala couldn't go without a teleprompter for 5 seconds. I got to see what this looks like.
And looking out at everyone tonight, I see the beauty of our great nation. People from every corner of our country and every walk of life are here, united by our shared vision for the future of our country. And this November, we will come together and declare with one voice, as one people, we are moving forward.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
She's reading from a teleprompter. I thought it was going to be like a pause, similar to Raskin.
Yeah.
Raskin is talking about the Article 2. He's about to make a point about how the president should know about Article 2 and draws a blank on the Constitution. This guy has been in government since 2007.
Yeah, I saw that clip. I don't know if I saved it or not. Maybe we'll bring that up later. Pinal, do you have yours ready?
Yeah, I do.
It was absolutely crazy. These people are unbelievable. I was going to say they're all passive aggressive. They're all aggressive aggressive.
Yes.
You can tell nobody likes anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Kamala likes Waltz. He doesn't seem to like her. They're faking the whole thing. Joe obviously hates the both of them. And that speech, I mean, I think after watching that speech, I think Joe wants them to lose.
Really?
Well, they stabbed him in the back. They pushed him out. That was the most passive-aggressive speech, tying her to him through the whole speech. Every single paragraph, he was saying, you can't escape the Biden legacy. He has fastened himself to those two, and they're trying to escape from him. And you can see, I told him to get a screenshot of the two sourpusses by the end of Joe's speech. Did they get a shot of it? Look at these two. They were pissed off.
Yep.
I love the dysfunction. I love it.
I'm telling you, this is what. So I lean more and more that here's the pinnacle, and he's being ousted, and more than likely being. Here's the by following. If we all agree that he was a puppet, which I agree, I'm a marionette. That means somebody was pulling the strings, and I believe it was Obama all along. So now you're looking at Biden saying he being pissed. Yeah, and I do wonder why, but I'm sitting here going, I did everything you wanted me to do, and you're kicking me to the curb? Right? That kind of attitude. And I'm sure, would you be surprised if Jill is not whispering in his ear the same thing? Would you be surprised if Hunter is not telling him the same thing?
Yeah, they used him as a battering ram, essentially, to push forward a bunch of extremist policies, to try to attach him to the bad ideas, and then, throw out the baby with the bathwater and hope that they could bring in someone new without that's not encumbered by a terrible record.
The Overton window approach? It's highly possible. The other thing I'm balancing it is the aspect of can you write a better script to implode a campaign than what we're seeing happen?
No, and that's what's really interesting to me is it almost feels like they're intentionally I don't know if they've just been cornered into being so unlikable and running such a bad campaign with such bad candidates, or if there's some if they're I don't know, it almost feels like they're self-destructing, they're being
exactly right.
And I also saw it's interesting that they have kind of dropped the whole Trump's Hitler thing. They've just said, look at the things he said he's going to do. They're not really being very specific. They're bringing up old media hoaxes, and just kind of relying on that emotion part to kind of say, well, we don't need to say that anymore. That kind of looks stupid for us to say that. So they already got their people to think or to feel a certain way. So then when she comes in, well, oh my gosh, and I think that was part of them ramping that up the way they did to that level was part of that. I think they always knew they were going to swap somebody out by the convention. To me, I think that's pretty obvious at this point because we saw this coming from a while ago. We were talking about this a year ago. About what was the convention. We understood the focus was the convention for both parties, and we talked about what both parties would do, and I think we were pretty close to really sensing there's no way he's going to run. There's no way that they can run him against Trump, and we saw and it was only strengthened on our opinions based upon how the lawfare didn't work and how he trounced the Republican field. So much so that he didn't even have to show up to the debates. And then when this happened and we saw the media turn on him, I'm just that right there just tells me, okay, that they knew that that's why they scheduled it then. They did this because they needed to have something happen before the convention for them to do what they did.
Which then brings into question something that Adel asked a while back. If the CNN debate was
a setup.
I think it is. I think it is. I think it absolutely was.
Here's my thing then. you set him up, but you don't have a better backup plan than Kamala Harris. And then to make it worse, when it comes to pick her VP, it's like they didn't even vet the guy they were picking. They picked somebody they picked somebody who has stolen valor. They obviously didn't do their homework on the guy. He's further left than even Kamala is somehow. Um, they're completely alienating a huge a huge portion of their base with the way they're like. So I I I agree that it was a setup, but I guess what's perplexing to me at this point is
Their fallback.
well, yeah, like the lack of backup plan, or I mean, you couldn't pick a worse replacement, and you couldn't pick a worse VP of all the choices she had. Like it's so weird to me. Like
That's why the the conundrum, if you will, for me, because it's an aspect of I believe that they have given up on what I call it giving up on the resolute. And by the way, I'd like to make a comment. When I said about Obama being the puppeteer, there are multiple puppets. There are multiple puppeteers. It all depends who's holding the strings above him.
yeah.
Obama was running the White House. Obama was running what was going on in the White House with the people that were in the White House that came from his team.
Oh, yeah, someone's pulling Obama's strings too, and there's
Oh
someone
yeah,
pulling that
absolutely,
person's strings. Like,
absolutely there are.
yeah, but it's
But
I
they,
probably
you
don't
know,
know we probably have no idea the names of the people are who are the true puppet
right,
master.
right, and you don't expect them to be visibly tied. They're always going to have go-betweens.
I
Always
think
ghostwriters. So,
I wonder if I have an explanation for this. You know, Soros kind of passed it over to his son,
yep.
right? And you have this kind of degenerative through these generations where you had the people that kind of worked their way up to it as the puppet masters, right? And I know that's not. I'm just using this as an example. I'm not saying that it is him or that's only him, but where they didn't live in the real world the way that their parents did or their grandparents did in order to make that money, so they don't have the social IQ to understand the psychology the way that their parents and grandparents exploited the psychology, right? So I almost feel like they themselves have bought into this to the point where they themselves it's like the thing about the college curriculums that kind of these kids go to college and then they just come back radicalized and they really believe the stuff that they were kind of was foisted upon them. um and I wonder if what we're seeing is that this is a mismanagement of the leadership of the people pulling the strings because they themselves have bought into their own ideology because of those factors I just mentioned.
Maybe.
I,
And you know what I'm saying? Like you basically have a
yeah,
mismanagement because of they didn't see how they built the sausage factory. They just know that they push a button, they can make the sausages.
right.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And I find it very interesting that when you look at the old guard, you have Clinton and Soros now represented through Huma and Alex,
Yeah.
right? Soros' son and Clinton's
How weird is
puppet.
that they're like together? Like,
Yeah, they photographed on Valentine's Day in Paris.
yeah, I know. I just say how weird is that? Like,
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's my point, right? It's when you look at that, there is a purpose to that.
oh, for sure.
There is, and so you look at basically the transitioning that is going on, and that may be the reason because she fit the DEI buttons versus the other choices that they had. Who are they going to go with? Some member of the squad, right? And the VP was a kind of a natural. How she even got to the VP role is the bigger question. But
That's
I mean,
a good point. Yeah.
right? So, but and I keep hovering now in retrospect. You always have to rethink it, type of thing. But I keep thinking of the plant. What if she was the plant, not from our side, their side, their own game that they're playing within? Because look, if there's not a recognition of the battle between the Obamas and the Clintons within the D's,
Mm-hmm.
You bet there is.
I think it's also something I was thinking about this weekend is that you had these dynasties, right? These family name legacy dynasties, right? Clinton, Bush, right? You had that for a while, and then with Obama, they kind of had a change of things. But then, so they know that the public's not going to accept Clinton because they didn't, because obviously they did reject her in 2016.
Mhm.
So then I think what they thought was, okay, well, next time around, we're going to have to run the previous incumbent. And so I think what they've done is created a new kind of way to change it up just a little bit so that the incumbent will be the previous vice president, not just based upon the family name. So they kind of were able to control who's going to be the next person. And I think if they've adopted some kind of a system like that or a method, for that would explain why they just said we're going with this regardless, is because for whatever reason they've paid whatever price is necessary for them to be put and propped up in that position. We can't we don't see the rationale behind it because they were willing to do whatever it takes for them to be in that position, whatever that might be behind the scenes. I don't know. I'm sure whatever it is probably horrific.
It's it's interesting to think about how they've gotten to this place of desperation and panic. How they've been either maneuvered into it, or if it's just their own bad decisions, or if there's some bigger picture we're missing. But it's just to have your fallback as Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. It's unfathomable to me.
Yeah, I don't think
The amount of resources that they have at their disposal, the media that they could not create, prop up two more likable or better people into these positions. I don't
maybe
know.
it just got accelerated. What if the whole aspect of things was for Biden to be reelected and then bows out of the Nixon shuffle?
Yeah.
I think it was a possibility that, and it just however it was going to go. It's like you had two different things that they could do. They could run Joe as the incumbent, or they could run her as the incumbent if he wasn't able to cross the finish line. And so I just think maybe that's why they thought that, you know what, we're going to have the early debate, and then that's when they made the decision. You know what I mean?
Because it was the debate that the pivot. I mean, as I mentioned in the past, we have seen a lot of anecdotal stuff, but the debate showed it to millions.
When did he accept the debate? Do we know? Was it so the
God, I don't
know.
recall.
Hold that
when
thought.
was that debate?
While you find that, it was June 27th. I don't know when they
The
accepted.
debate was the 27th. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to go to our halfway point break, but we'll come back and we'll keep talking about this on the other side, plus a whole lot more. I've got tons of links we've barely scratched the surface of. If you want to hang out with us and continue watching, jump on over to pilled.net for hour number 2. We'll be broadcasting there exclusively till 6 o'clock, or a little before 6 today. I'm putting the link in the live chat on Rumble and DLive. It's also in the video description on Rumble, or just go to pilled.net on your browser and find us at 412 Productions. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Pill.net is proud to host 412 Productions, exclusively on the true home of free speech. To continue watching the show, we are here to help you over to Pilled. If you're new to the platform, just click on the welcome link provided. It will then automatically walk you through signing up for your free account. If you already have a Pill.net account, follow the link provided directing you straight to 412 Productions channel. We are excited to have you join the Pilled family, and if you have any questions at all, please email support@Pill.net. Enjoy the rest of 412 Productions on Pill.net. Free speech lives here.
All right, we are back. Huge thank you, as always, to those of you guys who are continuing to hang out with us over on Pilled.net, especially those of you who jumped over from other platforms to continue watching the broadcast. Again, that link is in the live chat on Rumble and DLive. It's also in the Rumble description. If you can't get to those links, simply go to pilled.net in your browser and find us at 412 Productions. If not, no worries. I'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time for Taking It Back. I fully plan on doing an overtime too, so maybe we'll take some calls and hang out in hour number 2 tomorrow, and then we'll wrap up the week with the OG crew on Friday. So again, find us over at pill.net or have a great rest of your Wednesday. I keep wanting to say Monday because it's my first day back, but no, a great rest of your Wednesday, everybody. So thanks again for tuning in. Find us on pill.net. We got an hour more to go.